Most of us, when we think of yoga, we think of a workout, right? A great way to get flexible and strong. But what if its true purpose is something else entirely? What if it's not a workout, but a work-in? Today, we're diving into yoga as a deep science for unlocking your human potential, and our guide is a master with half a century of experience.
So let's just get right to it. This is the big question a lot of people have. Can you just swap out your gym sessions or your runs for a yoga class? I mean, it feels like exercise, but is it a true replacement? We're about to hear a perspective that might just change the way you think about your yoga mat forever.
And there you have it, a straight-up, unambiguous no. That's from Osman, a teacher and healer with 5 decades of deep practice. He's really clear on this point. Yoga and fitness are 2 different tools for 2 different jobs. You really need both. So if yoga isn't just a workout, what on earth is it?
So here's our roadmap for this explainer. First, we'll look at what yoga's real target is. Then we'll unpack the 5 levels that make up who we are. We're also going to get to know the master behind these teachings and his incredible journey. After that, we'll see how all this fits into a huge global conversation happening right now. And finally, we'll talk about your path forward, how you can actually apply this ancient science in your own life.
Okay, let's get into the first big idea. Sure, yoga is fantastic for your flexibility. And yeah, it tones your internal organs. But according to this ancient science, those are just awesome side benefits. They aren't the main goal. The real target of the practice is so much deeper.
And here it is. This is the absolute key. Yoga is a work-in, not just a workout. It's a precise science designed to tune up your subtle energy systems. It's all about working with what the ancient yogis called prana, that invisible life force energy that literally animates your physical body. Now, to really wrap your head around this whole work-in idea, you have to understand that we are way more than just a physical body. Osman explains that according to yogic science, we're actually made up of 5 distinct layers, or sheaths. Let's take a quick look at what they are. So as you can see, it all starts with the physical body. That's level 1. Now, what controls that? The life force energy, or prana. And what directs that? The mind. Here's the thing. Most of us spend our entire lives operating almost exclusively from just these first 3 levels. But yoga has a much bigger goal. It's a system to awaken our dormant higher intelligence and connect us to that 5th level, the bliss body, our soul. So who is the expert taking us through this incredible framework? Well, this kind of knowledge doesn't come from a weekend course. It comes from a lifetime of relentless, focused dedication. Let's talk about the incredible journey behind these teachings. 50 years. Just let that sink in for a second. Osman, who you might know as the blind Muslim yogi, has been practicing yoga, meditation, and the healing arts for over 5 decades. This isn't a hobby, it's a path he started way back in his childhood and has followed with an unbelievable single-mindedness.
I mean, this level of dedication is just extraordinary. He achieved his first samadhi, that's a state of profound meditative consciousness, by the time he was just 19. 19! And today, he still practices a minimum of 8 to 10 hours every single day. As he puts it, he's not training anymore, he's sharpening the sword. And something really important to know. He only lost his sight very recently, in May of 2023. That's why he can still describe these complex ideas with the visual clarity of someone who has seen the world for most of his life.
So he takes all this deep understanding of energy and applies it as a master-level bioenergy healer. And he doesn't just work on simple cases. He specializes in the most serious situations you can imagine. Critical care, terminal illnesses, using the principles of quantum entanglement to work on a telepathic level. And this is so important. Just like he says yoga isn't a replacement for fitness, he is very, very clear that his healing work is not a replacement for doctors in modern medicine. Think of it as a powerful enhancement, something that addresses the energetic side of our health with an incredibly high success rate, which makes sense when you consider it's born from 5 decades of intense practice.
Now, you might be hearing all this and thinking it sounds a bit specialized, maybe a little out there. But what's so fascinating is that these aren't niche ideas anymore. They are part of a huge global conversation about human potential that is happening in the mainstream right now.
Just think about it. When a top neuroscientist like Dr. Andrew Huberman breaks down how specific breathing patterns can control our nervous system, he is literally confirming the ancient science of prana that Osman teaches. When Stephen Bartlett on The Diary of a CEO talks to Dr. Joe Dispenza about healing the body with the mind, or when Lewis Howes and former monk Jay Shetty discuss training your mind for peace, they're all exploring these exact same principles, just from a modern perspective. It's this incredible meeting of ancient wisdom and cutting-edge science.
Okay, so this is all incredibly profound. But here's the billion-dollar question. What does it mean for you? How can you actually start to explore this in your own life? Well, a huge part of Osman's mission is to take these really complex sciences and boil them down into practical, simple tools that anyone can use.
He's created a simple, powerful, and best of all, completely free starting point for every single person. It's a 5-minute program designed to give you a direct taste of this science, with absolutely no cost and no barriers to getting started.
You see, Osman's philosophy is that the essential knowledge should be available to everyone for free. You can find just a treasure trove of in-depth teachings on his YouTube channel, The Blind Muslim Yogi. Now, for those who want to go deeper, he does offer paid services like live lessons and one-on-one consultations on his Patreon. And of course, his master-level bioenergy healing is an exclusive premium service, and given his expertise and success rate, the fees reflect that. But he withholds nothing. The core science, the stuff you need to start, is all out there for free. So everything is in one central place, his website. You can download that free 5-minute program, find the links to his YouTube and Patreon, and get more information on his master-level healing services. It's all right there at yogawellness786.com.
You know, when you boil it all down, this is about so much more than a personal practice. It's about reviving a powerful, result-based ancient science that can improve everything: our health, our peace of mind, our entire lives. And that really leaves all of us with a pretty powerful question to think about. What part of your potential is still just waiting to be awakened?